Little over 32,000 miles and 120 hours on the generator. A shorter Winnebago Vista 26P coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If what you're looking for is a larger living experience but a shorter driving experience, like these big 35 to 40 foot jobs kind of give you a heart attack, this is a way that you can enjoy the Class A experience without having to take a football field-sized left-hand turn. A quick look at her with the slide closed reveals a nicely navigable floor plan, which is pretty typically the case in a motorhome, because that's one of the big differences between a motorhome and a towable RV. In a motorhome, you kind of have to be able to use the thing in transit. That's sort of the point. But it's simple. Like, there's still plenty of easy walk-through room. It's not like the sofa comes up really close, so you got to really kind of squeeze your shoulders together and sneak through. Now, you also maintain use of the bed when the slide is closed. If you're a little bit taller like me, you'll probably want to sleep over here in case your feet kind of dip over the edge a little bit. But if you're a little bit more gravity-friendly, say, you could easily sleep in front of that mirrored wardrobe closet without worry of putting your foot through it. And even though it's not the world's largest slide, it provides some space here. Now, I don't know if it's due to maybe having some low power issues currently, or if there's something that we need to diagnose, but I had to kind of walk the slide out a little bit. It would go out like 6 inches, then it would amp out. I'd nudge it in, then run it back out a little bit, and it had to work its way out. The bed slide did kind of the same thing. It's weird that two different slides would have the same symptoms, so it does lead me to believe that it's just a low power issue. Chances are if I'd fired the generator up when I was doing it, it wouldn't have mattered. Now, one of the things that's also making this thing look and feel a little bit larger is that open feeling vaulted ceiling here. That arch gives us a little more room, and you can see the soft touch ceiling liner here. That is doing a couple things for us. It's keeping the RV quieter when you're driving. It's keeping the RV quieter at your destination also. Have the RV ever experienced a roofline leak? Which it hasn't. That stuff stains, and you will never get that stain out. I've seen people try. It's never going to happen. You have to replace it, which nobody ever does. So, one of the cool things in the used RV market is when you see this stuff, it gives you a really good glimpse into how, if this thing was taken care of. Up top here, we've got a rain censoring max air vent fan, or actually this is a fantastic fan, with a handy little remote control that's thermostatic. I think the remote just needs a new battery right now because it's not communicating with the fan currently. And what's kind of neat here, these chairs can kind of flip around so that your front cab chairs become part of the living area. And that's one of the cool things in a Class A, is that you regain your cab space in terms of living space. One of the other things I enjoy about driving a Class A versus a Class C, a C is fine. A C, it feels like you're just driving a big van, like a box van. But with an A, when you turn that key, it's you and the road. Like, you're right up in the mix of it. You don't feel like you're back far away from anything. Upgraded entertainment center up here with, modernized electronics. And if I squeeze down here into this corner, you can see the power mirror controls as well as the Power Gear electric leveling system. So you will have that excellent stability when you reach your campsite. Now, this is one of the more simple basic trim levels within the Winnebago family of motorized RVs. So it's a rather simple cab chassis area, but it's effective. I mean, you turn the key, you put it in drive, you push the gas. That's all the cab really needs to do. What is crafty here is the way that they split the kitchen, because you see how that refrigerator, a pantry, and a drawer below the fridge are all located within the slide out. So the kitchen, like if I just looked over here and say, well, the kitchen's rather small. Well, it's not really, because the kitchen's split. You actually kind of walk through it, which is a really effective design. Now, whether it's these kitchen counters or the dining table that we just saw, it's all a pressed membrane material, so that if you do splash some water around, no harm, no foul. Now, this is a very conventional walk-through bathroom where you have your shower enclosure over here on one side, and the bathroom door itself, if I swing around, actually creates the privacy cutoff right here. And when we get inside, actually, nicely appointed bathroom, and I like how that toilet's got the riser, so it's a little bit higher setting, a little bit easier on the hips and the knees and the shoulders and the everything else. Fantastic if you've got a little bit of a hitch in your giddy up, but frankly, it's just nice to not have to feel like you're sitting all the way on the floor. Although, I don't know, isn't that the whole purpose of those squatty potty things? Now, in the bed slide, they did something really, really smart here. They gave us side stands and household outlets built right into the slide box itself. So this is very CPAP friendly for folks who have that sort of need. Now this does have little TV hookups up here in the corner, and I like this little kind of desk nook. I'm kind of a sucker for little features like that. I don't actually know if they're the most functional thing, but I don't know, there's something about them. They're neat, and it always gets me. We are on a Ford chassis, which means we have a Triton V10 power plant. And something I noticed as I walked around here, whether it's this front engine compartment, baggage compartments, whatever, it's been kept very clean out here. So it doesn't look like it's the kind of thing that was just sort of like used, abused, and left to rot. The word rot kind of reminded me of something. The tires are showing a little bit of dry rot weather checking, so that's something you're definitely going to want to consider. That's the kind of thing that we take into account when we apply pricing on coaches here at Haylett RV. We can get you quotes on new tires. There's an awesome tire shop right next door that we do a lot of work with. It's really up to you how you would like to approach that. A lot of people are going to say, man, I can't believe, why don't you just do that? Well, a lot of people have a lot of ins in different places, and everyone has different preferences. And sometimes if I put Firestones on, people say they want Michelin. So we let you kind of choose your own adventures. Sitting here before you take it home, those tires are just fine. If you plan to do a cross-country trip, I would recommend you address the tires. The generator, as we saw inside, or I talked about previously, it's got just over 120 hours on it. Being on the Ford chassis with the Triton V10, this should have about a 5,000 pound tow rating, although what will kind of confuse folks sometimes is sometimes the manufacturer will say, well, it has a 8,000 pound hitch. Yeah, but the tow rating on this is only rated for about 5,000 pounds because the hitch is actually stronger than the bracketing that holds it to the chassis. And it's just one of those funny things, and it's the reason I put these videos together, to kind of help dispel some things like that. Now, cool thing Winnebago does here is this is actually storage under the headboard area of the bed. And you can see the folks had it packed full of all kinds of random little odds, ends, and accessories. And as I said, the tires are beginning to show signs of weather checking here. If they're probably fine to get yourself home, although again, if you're planning on doing some real moving and grooving, I would recommend replacing those. Speaking of replacing, this originally had a power awning. Folks must have replaced it at some point with a, pardon me, no, I said that wrong. This originally had a manual awning. Folks replaced it with a power awning, although it doesn't look like it was like the wind didn't rip it off. It looks like they did it voluntarily, because I don't see any sort of body damage or anything from like if a windstorm ripped a manual awning off the coach. And I am very happy with what I'm finding up here on the roof of this coach. You can tell that it's been cleaned, cared for, maintained with regularity. There's Max Air covers over the bathroom and living room vent fans to give you that good anytime airflow. And it really looks like they were absolutely on top of the care, maintenance, upkeep of this coach. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tried to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between, even telling you things that you couldn't see really with the naked eye just on a video like this, because we are all about transparency and being fair here at Haylett RV. That is how we've grown to become the largest independent RV dealer in the state of Michigan by a long shot. And whether you need hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, we do it all at Haylett RV. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.